How do great guitarists play all over the neck while you're stuck playing in boxes and shapes, hoping the notes you play don't fight with the music you're playing over? Well, what if you could improvise all over the neck simply by adding to the concepts that you already know? After playing for a decade and teaching hundreds of lessons to intermediate guitarists, helping them express themselves all over the fretboard, I found that most guitarists are so close to unlocking the neck. They're just missing one or all of these 3 secrets that make it possible to not just visualize the fretboard, but play creative ideas that hold any audience's attention. And the first secret is this idea of pentatonic versus pro. A lot of guitar players get stuck in just playing pentatonic licks, right? And they're like, why am I stuck in the pentatonic box? What can I do about it? Well, the big secret here between pentatonic players and pro players is that pro players actually take time to learn the scale all over the fretboard. Here, grab your guitar real quick. Grab it. Grab your guitar, and we're going to do a little exercise. So I want you to play the C major scale. Let's do just 1 octave C major, just like this. Okay, now play C major in every position across the entire fretboard. I'd imagine that playing every position of the C major scale is something that maybe challenged you a little bit, and maybe you don't even know every position of the C major scale. Well, you're not alone, because that's most players. I mean, I go to a lot of events, and if I asked anybody to play every position of C major scale, probably most guitarists I know wouldn't be able to do it. But the secret between the pentatonic players versus the pro players is simply doing the exercises of playing across the scale. I remember way back when I was just stuck in the pentatonic box and I was trying to get out, this one exercise I did alone really broke me out of the pentatonic scale, and everything else I've learned since then has just kind of stacked on top of it. So this exercise is using the 3-note per string major scale, and I did it in F. So let's go to F major here, and it's gonna look like this. By the way, I'm going to be going pretty quick through these exercises, but link down below are visuals of all of the concepts I'm talking about. And if you paired those with this video and really locked into what I'm talking about, learned the concepts, played the exercises, it will be a game changer. So the F major scale on 3 notes per string is going to be starting on the 1st fret of the low E. We're going to be on 1, 3, 5, up to A, 1, 3, 5. Get those down real quick. And then we're going to be on D string, 2, 3, 5, on G string, 2, 3, 5. Play what we got so far. Now we're on B string, 3, 5, 6, high E, 3, 5, 6. Now play the whole thing. Back down. Now the way this exercise works, and I want you to get the visual out down below and do this on your own, is you look at the scale, first get it down, be able to just play it up and down without looking at the visual, and then you want to play the first note, skip the second note, go to the third note, and then go back. So first note, third note, second note. Now we're going back up. We're gonna skip the third note and go to the fourth note. First note, third note, second note, fourth note, third note, fifth note, fourth note, sixth note, fifth note, seventh note, sixth note, first note again. All the way up. That's all you're doing, skipping a note and then coming back. And the reason it's playing it in thirds is because you're playing the root interval and then its third, and then the second interval and then its third. So you're just playing thirds up the scale, and this is such a good exercise because it makes your hand sync up in a way where you're really conditioned to play chord tones, because you're just playing thirds. So when you're going to play chords later and try and improvise over these chords, it's going to be so much easier because you conditioned your fingers to do that already. And the pro level way of doing this exercise is to master that first position, and the visual I'm going to give you is going to have all of the positions, and then just work your way up. You want to get all of them, every single position. And this is not a small task, but this is one of those things that makes or breaks your ability to actually play all over the fretboard. Because if you don't know the fretboard, what are you playing over? And that's part of the pro playing that separates the pro players from the pentatonic players, is actually focusing on the chords. A pro player will look at a chord progression and say, how can I play every single chord in that all over the fretboard and have fun playing those tones? They'll find a backing track, they'll look at the chords and do the same thing. It's not just what key are we in, all right, I'm ready. It's honestly, what chords are we playing? All right, now I know what key we're in. All right, I'm gonna mess around with the chords, the key, some chromatic notes, and just have fun with the music. But the music is the chords, the harmony, the rhythm, the melody. And when you just look at the key, that's not the music you're playing over. That's just like a general music concept, and then you're ignoring the music. We're gonna use this loop I had set up on the intro as an example. The chords in this one are a D9, kind of like a D minor 9, which is starting on A, 5, 3, 5, 5. And then it went down to a kind of like a G9, like a minor 9. And then we have 3rd fret on the E, skipping the A string, 3 on D, 2 on G, 3 on B. And then we go to a C major 9, which starting on A is going to be 3, 2, 4, 3. And then we go to an F major 7, which is going to be 1st fret on the E string, skipping A, 2nd on D, 2nd on G, 1st on B, and open E. So it looks a little something like this. So if I was playing over that loop, the first thing I would do is figure out what the chords are. I would actually play that, and I would do this right now. I would slow down the video, learn those chords, and try and play along with the rhythm of it. Because you want to have the chords and have the rhythm and be really ready to play it. That way when you go to play and improvise over it, you can look at the chords and say, all right, we have a D minor 9 here. I can target those notes in the chord right where I'm playing them even. And then we go to this G9. How can I target those notes? And then we got that C major 9. How can I target those notes? Then F, how can I target those notes? So I want you to actually learn these chords right now and then really play them out, get comfortable with them, and then watch me play over this progression a couple times and just look at how much I'm playing those notes that are in the chords. And the best way to speed up your progress on guitar is to be around other players that are actually putting the time into progressing. That's why I opened up a free community where I only let players in that are actually putting the time in to grow. So if that's you, the link is down below, and I'm looking forward to helping you out in there for the low, low price of free. Secret 2 is actually feeling the music. This is something that is really easy to say, but really not so easy to actually do. The biggest thing with feeling the music is to really sink into the groove of what you're playing. When you have this loop going, or anything going, any track, anything you're playing over, you literally dance over it a little bit, catch a little. And you want to do that not just, before you play, but while you're playing, be in that groove, full body groove while you're playing, and feel the rhythm of what you're playing beyond just in your hands. Because when you can sink into it and really be a part of that rhythm with your whole body, it makes you play in such a different kind of way. Let me give you a little example here of me focusing up on the rhythm as intensely as I can. So here's something I want you to try to help you be more rhythmic in your playing. It's two things. First, just like I said, actually grooving with the song you're playing on, the track, whatever it is, catch a groove with it. The second, equally, if not more important, is to be much lighter in your touch. It's really hard to groove and float over the fretboard when you're gripping with all your might on them strings. You want to be moving, flowing like water, grooving. You want to just focus on being as light as you can. So to practice this, I want you to play this line as lightly as you can. And what I want you to do is be as gentle as you can with your touch. We're going to be on the 8th fret of the B string, down to 5. And then we're going way down, sliding from 2 on G up to 5. And then pull off down to 2. And then sliding from 5 to 7 on D. Pull off to 5. You can slow it down, but you want to really be as light with your touch as you can. Be right up on the frets. And actually, before you even do it, just see how light as you can press and still get the note to ring out. That's what you're shooting for. Because then you can move around with much more grace and much more easily because you're not so tensed up with your hands. Secret 3 is thinking with your ears. As much as we're playing guitar on the music is not in the guitar. All the ideas, the best ideas you can come with are sitting in your head. It's much easier to turn a progression on and go it's much easier to do that than it is to have your creative ideas float straight from your head to the guitar. But at the end of the day, that's what the best improvising is. It's not what notes am I playing on the guitar, it's what ideas am I having and how can I play on this music. So the best exercise you can possibly do for this is to sing a line and then play it. Literally go, let's see what key we're like, get in the key in your head. Cheating. And then play a little lick, or sing a little lick, and then try and find it on the guitar. That's the best thing you can do to be able to have the idea float from your head to the guitar. It's a game changer. And when you have these ideas in your head, you want to really focus on the different energy levels you can bring into what you're playing so that there's waves of what you're doing. This is called dynamics. Dynamics is just the range of how quiet to how loud are you playing. And it's not a binary of quiet or loud. It's there's nothing and then there is you're going deaf and you have everything between there to mess around with. So I want you to find a backing track and play over it and focus on starting low, going higher, going low, going higher, going low, going higher, going low, going higher, coming down, just messing around with the energy level, coming up with the flow in your head, and that could look a little something like this. And if you made it all the way here in the video, you're clearly pretty serious about learning how you can actually unlock the fretboard. And after spending countless hours watching YouTube guitar lessons, you might even want someone to actually see what you're doing and answer your questions so they can give you direct guidance on how you can improve into unlocking the fretboard as efficiently as possible. If that sounds like you, check out this video right here and I'll show you exactly how I help other players just like you smash their goals so they can play all over the fretboard, have a blast, and play whatever the hell they want. That could be you.